Keen cyclist yourself?
Yes, yeah, most mornings I'm out. I won't tell anybody where the route is in case someone's to knock me off. I'm alright at the moment, I think. I love it. I took it up because I had an operation on my knees when I played, and just running was taking its toll, and I've since had 2 ops on my ankles, so that's put paid to any. I didn't like running anyway, to be honest, but I'd have had to do something to keep fit. But I took up cycling, I don't know, probably when I was the Irish manager more, the last days at Millwall, because of injuries, and I just continued it on through being the Irish manager. It was a great way to keep fit without having to go into a training ground, and I just got a love for it now. I really enjoy going out.
Ever fancy doing it yourself? I mean, I suppose it has to tally up with your diary at times.
That's the issue. Last year I was away on holiday, and this year there's a wedding that's stopping me doing it. So it's not that I don't want to do it, but I might raise a lot of money for charity, but I might be divorced as well. It will cost me more. So what's the point in that?
Terry's someone that you cycle with, we understand. Obviously, you're great pals. Is it good to cycle with someone that you know? Does it make it more sort of...
it is with me and TC don't talk at all. Not at all. He's usually bringing up with me, and I don't think he'll mind me telling him that. And he's had 1 or 2 spells in his time as well. We used to do Wolverhampton with this. The pair of us had a couple of spells, but yeah, we love going out, and I think it's something different, because I hate the gym. I go in the gym because it's a means to an end, but being out in the fresh air is far more palatable for me. I can't be doing that gym right.
And yourself and TC, you've known each other for a hell of a long time, worked together for a long time. We're doing a lot around male friendship in the new year as part of our new campaign. Tell us a little bit about your friendship with Terry. I mean, obviously you stand on the sideline, you work on team tactics, but you must be pals outside of football and social things as well? Yeah,
very much so. I don't think it's not always the case at football. You work with people for a long time, and you forge a friendship with your assistant, your first team coach, and all your staff. But actually, you know, we move around quite a bit, so you leave them behind. But that'll ever be with TC, because we have become very, very close, great pals. I'd known him. I played against him when he was no, I didn't play against him. I kicked him when he played at Leeds, and he'll vouch for that if you get to talk to him. And I sort of re-met him when I went to Wolves, and my assistant, or first team coach Taff, Ian Evans, he left, and Taff said to me, "You might think of getting somebody else." And I said, "Well, if you go, I'll take Terry." I was a bit worried at the time, in case I said it too quick. He must have thought I hadn't been thinking about it, and that was what, I don't know, nearly 10 years or something. And really very, very close, best of buddies, but he's a great bouncing, sounding board, because he doesn't agree with everything I said, which is more important.
True friendships sometimes are ones that can last the odd debate, so there must be times that you butt heads at times, but that's what could possibly drive you closer together.
Yeah, Terry will give me his opinion on what he thinks. I mean, ultimately it's my decision. But likewise, if we stood on the sideline and he sees something that I haven't noticed and he wants to do it, and he's got an idea that might work, I would use that as well. He's a great coach. He's very knowledgeable, but he's a top bloke. He really is a fabulous man.
We're proud as a charity, Prostate Cancer UK, to sort of be involved with a great club like Ipswich and the involvement in the ride. I'd like to ask you, Mick, what you make of the whole Man United campaign, the guys wearing badges on the touchline with the scarves, as you can see there. We're trying to engage with the men at their sort of favourite places, I guess, to try and get themselves checked out, to spread the message. How do you feel the campaign's gone? Do you think it's a good idea?
Well, it's raising awareness quite clearly. The more people we can get to do it, and charity bike rides, whatever you might be doing, that can raise the awareness. Because it's not an easy thing. It might be an easy thing to go and get tested. It's not the easiest or nicest thing to think. And nobody, by the way, nobody wants to get tested because they don't want any bad news. That's the thing. We've got enough people with enough bad news in their lives as it is, without going and get the worst news, which is, I'm sorry that you or one of your family's got the big C, whatever it might be. And so nobody wants to hear that. So people are resistant to doing it. But of course, the earlier you do it, the better it is. And if you have got it, it's not going to go away. It's just going to get worse and worse. So you're better off finding it as early as you can, getting treated, and you've got a better chance of being successful. And I'm speaking from a guy who lost both his parents. My mother was 53, and my father was 71. I'm older than my mother was when she died, so all those are very apparent to me, and I do get my checks done. But I think they think I'm paranoid. I'm not. But when you've had both parents who have died of cancer, you are at a greater risk. Go and get checked. And I tell you, when you get the good news, it's worth having a beer then afterwards, so something to celebrate, whatever week you're having. Tell you, no, there's nothing wrong with you for another 12 months. Happy days.
Milks is sitting just to your left. Does he tap you up for sponsorship yet? I know it's early days. Are you expecting a knock on the door?
There's no doubt. I offered it him last year.
Very generous last year.
There was no need to come and ask me. It was a really worthwhile cause. And when the lads are doing it and making the effort to do it, because it is an effort, they're going out on a morning, doing the bike rides, leaving the families on a Sunday to go off and have breakfast somewhere on their own and not be bothered with their kids. How's that? Sounds not as bad when you say about 50. So, it's not as bad when you say like that. But it is. They're giving up their time, their effort to do it. So yes, I certainly sponsored both him and Big Al.
And finally, for me, just on the club's form at the moment, obviously tucked in quite nicely in the playoff pack. We did quite a lot of work with some of the sort of journalists. We chatted to Des Kelly. Des was saying that it's great to see Ipswich and great to see you doing well. We'd love to see you kind of kick on, but I guess you've been under the radar until people like me start talking about you being fourth in the table and people start writing about it. Is it a different kind of pressure now that people are now starting to talk about Ipswich?
If I was you, I wouldn't take all the praise and compliments. All the credit. I think there's one or two others, and maybe the fact that we've actually played well. And people say that we've been under the radar. Let me tell you, we're not under the radar from the other teams. The other teams are all having us watched. We have 4 reports on every team that we're playing. We have them watched. We've watched them ourselves in TC on it. We analyse them on the Scout 7 or all the DVDs that we get. So I take your point. Maybe we were unfancied. Look at Norwich, and they came down and beat us, and they were all crowing, and now we're looking above them. Cardiff, Fulham, all those that all were expected, all fancied. There's 1 or 2 of them not really doing it yet, but there's 29 games to play. There's a lot of football to be played. I think maybe from bookies, from journalists, from all that who didn't fancy us, and they all waiting, the jury was out on us. The teams know what to expect, the opposition know what to expect. And when we go to Bournemouth, they won't be thinking, little old Ipswich are coming and it'll be a nice, easy game, they'll be ready for us. And that's what they are. But when people start writing about us a bit more, it highlights the success that we're enjoying at the minute, but it can very quickly